Shalom to the 12 tribes, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'asham Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. I've been seeing a lot of people post 1 Peter 1:16 lately, which says to be holy because the Most High is holy, right? Leviticus 11:44 also says to sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy because Yahweh is holy. Leviticus 19:2, Leviticus 20:26, and many, many other verses say to be holy. Right, that's a word that's just thrown around lightly nowadays. Most people don't even know what holy means. Right? You know, I know a man that a brother was telling me about. He made holy weed, right? A new strain, and he's selling weed to smoke and all these things. Holy in Hebrew is QADASH, okay? QADASH, which means to be set apart and sanctified. Okay, this is one of the most reiterated laws all throughout the Bible and reiterated precepts throughout the word. To be holy, to be set apart, to be sanctified, to be QADASH, right? Yet, from what I've seen and from what I've heard personally, right, this is one of the most overlooked and broken laws or commandments or precepts that the Most High gave us to follow in order to please Him, right? And I know this because probably around maybe 50% of the time when I do counsel people, right, the answer to their problems, the biblical answer is to be holy, is to be set apart, is to be QADASH, right, to be set apart from wickedness, to be set apart from wicked people, wicked environments, wicked situations, etc. And if they would do that, they would be in a much better position in order to improve their spiritual walk. Right? But like it says all throughout the scriptures, man, our people are hard-headed and stiff-necked, right? They hate to listen. They hate to apply what they hear from the word of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. See, most people think that being set apart is just a suggestion. They treat it like if it's just a recommendation, right? Which is why you see so-called brothers and sisters that are in the truth, in the club, for example, or so-called brothers and sisters hanging out with or living amongst people choosing to, who have even heard the words of the Most High, but they just don't care to follow it. They're just not going to do it, right? So why do people claim to be followers of the Most High and followers of Hamashiach? Why do they do this, right? It's because they don't see being QADASH as a law. They don't see it for what it is, for what it really is. They don't see it as a sin if it is not kept, right? They'll say things like, oh, well, Yahweh Shai sat with sinners. But when he was sitting with sinners, he was giving them the word consistently. He'd give them the word, and then guess what? He'd move on someone else, right? You're not going to take heed. Okay, keep going. Keep fishing. I don't catch a bite right on my hook. I'm going to keep it moving. But he was consistently giving them the word. He wasn't hanging out with them to partake in their wickedness, right? And the truth is, to give a physical example, right? Because a lot of people need so-called real world examples, even though the Bible is the most real world you could get, right? So a real world example, just like I am the father of my 4 children, right? I have specific rules that my children have to follow. Things they can do, things they can't do, right? The Most High also has laws, statutes, commandments, precepts, which are rules set in place for specific reasons, right? For protection, actually, and to benefit our children, right? Case in point for me, my children know that no matter where we've lived, right? Even though now we live away from any type of big cities or anything like that, for years they have already known that they are not allowed to play on the street or even near the street for that matter, right? Why do I have this rule? It is for protection, so that they don't get hit by a car, right? So they don't get hurt, so that they don't get stolen, right? Kidnapped. The rule or law from the Heavenly Father, from Yahweh, of being set apart is much like my rule, in the sense that it was given to us for a reason. What is that reason? It is for protection, right? It's for protection. If my children choose not to listen, they can get ran over, they can get seriously hurt or killed by a vehicle or by some crazy people with spirits on them, right? If we, as the Most High Yahweh's children, choose not to listen and be set apart, we can get seriously hurt by wicked people that we should have been set apart from in the first place, right? If my children don't listen to me, they can get stolen. If we as children of the Most High don't listen, our peace can and will get stolen. Even our light and our spirit, in a sense, can get stolen, right? Because evil and holiness is it's like mixing water and oil. It just doesn't mix. Can two walk together except they be agreed? All flesh consorteth according to kind, right? As is a man, so is his neighbor, so will his neighbor be. Therefore, if you choose not to be QADASH, set apart, holy, sanctified, if you choose to be around wicked people, you will start to take on the attributes and the spirits of who you're around, right? There is no peace, saith Yahweh, to the wicked. Therefore, by you being around those with no peace, you also will start to lose your peace. Which is why I've said many times before, show me your friends and I will show you who you are. Show me who you are around and I'll show you who you're acting like, right? Because we take on the traits and spirits of those we're around most, for better or for worse, right? Which is also why the scriptures say that iron sharpens iron, right? The problem is not that people don't want to be sharp as iron in this truth. There's many people that want to be as sharp as iron in this truth. The problem is that many people want to be sharp as iron, but then they hang around butter knife types of people spiritually, right? People that are wicked and that have no real knowledge, wisdom, understanding, or peace, because peace only comes from following the word of the Most High and moving in the spirit, which coincides with the words of the Most High. And therefore, you become like unto them, right? You're not going to get sharpened up by something who cannot, or somebody who cannot sharpen you, right? So being set apart is a protection to the Most High's chosen people. This is why it's a law that's reiterated over and over and over and over. Knowing this, it is now up to you, brother, it is now up to you, sister, to choose this day what you're going to do with this piece of wisdom. It's not my wisdom, it's from the Most High, right? You can continue to ignore being set apart for your own protection, right? You can ignore that even though he's trying to protect you, or you can start listening to him, right? You can start receiving his nurture regarding the issue. Because if you don't receive his nurture and his wisdom, you are going to continue to suffer. You are going to continue to be miserable in one way or another by doing so. Because that's the thing that I know people may think they understand, but they don't truly grasp, right? Yahweh gives us the spirit of a sound mind. This is one of the most beautiful and peaceful blessings that come of the spirit, that come from being set apart, right? He gives us the spirit of a sound mind. But when you choose to ignore the laws of being set apart, you are showing that you dislike or you despise the Most High's nurture. And because of that, you will be miserable. The things you hope for will be vain. Your labors will be unfruitful. Your works will be unprofitable. Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, right? Because why? Because you refuse to humble yourself down and follow one of the most repeated laws in the word. Be holy, QADASH, set apart. The days we're coming into, if you are not set apart, you're going to suffer in one way or another for not being set apart. Because wicked people cannot do anything to benefit your walk in righteousness. Wicked people cannot do anything to benefit your salvation. All they can do is hinder you. All they can do is cause you to stumble, which they will do if you continue to not be holy. While on the other hand, a faithful friend is the medicine of life, right? The scriptures say to refuse the evil and to choose the good. They say stand not with sinners, right? They say do not be unequally yoked with them. They say what fellowship have the righteous with the unrighteous? They say come out from among them, right? We could go on all day with scriptures that say to be holy without even saying to be holy. So in reality, choosing to be around these types of people shows that you are just like unto them, right? And stop getting advice to get out of your problems from wicked people around you, right? Because many times those same wicked people you're trying to get advice from are a huge reason as to why you're in those problems in the first place, right? So I got to get back to work before it gets dark. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Hamashiach wa Malak Yahushai. It's time to choose the medicine instead of that poison. QADASH, QADASH Yasharallah. Shalom.